It's a fabulous Thursday on Your View. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Mariah.
Topsy Tops, Lakama, how are you?
I'm very fine.
I'm sure you are.
Her makeup is very, very
I'm
nice.
so enjoying my husband's car, as in, I guess he knew that would happen. So he's been avoiding me driving that car. As I started driving it the past 2 days, he's been like, my own car, this is your car, pure past my own. I guess if he watches the show, I'm like, I'm taking that car from you, man.
It's good. But so how you been?
I'm feeling very, very happy. Yesterday,
Don't do publicity for anybody here.
Yesterday
We have to say
awesome. As in, Murayo, this morning I'm late and I'm not going to lie about it. I was just downloading to my husband everything that I got yesterday. I got a job today. As in, like, the way I am, I take every job that comes my way. I tell the customer that I'm not available because I have something I need to do. It was awesome. I will say I'll leave a while to continue.
Now, the birthday girl.
Yeah.
Oh, Sanzi!
Yes.
Happy
Today is
birthday,
Sanzi's
Sandra!
Happy birthday, Okpe, my makeup
Then,
artist too.
my older sister's birthday is today as well. She's also 5th of November. So
A day after you.
Yeah, just, I loved your dance because people don't want to give me gifts. You and YK. I will not accept the dance.
Imagine, we went
You
out
working
with
on
her
YK?
yesterday.
What happened?
She didn't even pay for the meal. I thought it was the person celebrating.
Can you imagine
She said
that?
she should declare for everybody that, I'm
If
doing
somebody
birthday.
is doing birthday party, is it not me that's supposed to receive
That is
gifts?
US now, not Nigeria. They don't teach me. When I came to you, I was thinking that people will be doing surprise. When I got there, where is the drink? I get here. I thought you were supposed to give me. So it was a culture switch. You to understand that here.
But for some reason, I went to my friend's house late in the night. As soon as she heard it was my birthday, she brought out wine, she brought out rice, she brought out, I say, hey, Holy Spirit. But I had fun yesterday, and I brought cake for you, for your information.
Cake, I reject you in Jesus' name. Cake, are you okay? But I take it. What is that?
No.
Give her. She wants to get size 12, right?
No, I don't want to get to
She's
size
maintaining.
12. I'm maintaining size 10.
Anyway.
Well, I'm happy to tell you guys that I'm going back home to sleep right after this show because it's been a very busy week for me and I'm not getting enough sleep. But I thank God for the opportunities, the doors that are opening over and over. I had a photo shoot yesterday. Thank Omozo and Yinka for the hair. But Mariah had to help me do some adjustments this morning because it was looking heavy by the side. But I'm very excited to see the pictures.
Yeah.
I'm having a session today, rehearsal session with the youth for the teenage festival for the Action Health Incorporated.
That you're anchoring, right?
Yes, I'm anchoring. And
Great, well done. All right, nothing on my end. I don't think there's any gist.
we are going for day 2 of the Excellence in Leadership
That's
Conference.
something
I
on your
I
end.
have to mention it. If you want to know,
they've not paid for publicity.
Mariah, listen,
all right, we're going to take a quick break.
leadership. Oh my goodness.
When we return,
we are changing what leadership
When we
should be.
return, we'll take the newspaper review. Don't do publicity for your church here. We'll be right back. All right. Starting very quickly with the punch. Saraki shot Senate again over Code of Conduct Tribunal trial. Witnesses may testify against Senate President today. A picture here, 6 killed in the Edo bank robbery. Police recover cash. 9 Lagos policemen risk dismissal over journalist torture. Edo moves to recover $31 million from Igbinidion. MTN's fine threatens ties with Nigeria, say South African lawmakers. Fashion Ranti rescinds decision to quit as Afenifere chair.
Why?
FRC barred from interfering with Stanbic IBTC operations. Amid fuel shortages, federal government okays 413 billion naira for marketers. And senators disagree over 5,000 naira stipend for jobless Nigerians. Who read that? Interesting.
I read the story, but
I watched it.
You watch what happened.
The PDP senators are just coming out to say that, Oga, you promised, this was part of your manifesto, that you're going to give 5,000 to jobless Nigerians. So fulfill your promise. So I don't know what because the president's body language is seeming like maybe
We're broke.
But you have said
we're
that
broke
we're
and
broke now.
we can't pay that money. You know, I'm sure he did all those promises thinking that when he gets to government office,
The Bible says, who is he who thinks of building a house
and start the foundation without counting how much money he has to build the building. As a presidential aspirant, you are making all sorts of promises without knowing how much is left in the nation's coffers. Is it wisdom?
In a developed clime, we are supposed to he was supposed to have like a clear
access
idea. Yes, access to
our books.
The true situation of the books are. So I mean, it tells me that it's a systemic problem that needs to be solved.
So, but with all this grammar now, there's no 5,000 naira again. Is that the cocoa of the matter?
We don't know yet.
What he hasn't said there won't be,
Okay.
but considering what is on ground, it wouldn't make sense for him to fulfill a promise at the detriment of other more important pressing issues.
Okay,
like building roads.
I want to talk about this Igbenedion matter.
No, it's in other newspapers.
Oh, it's in, okay.
$31 million. The Oshomole wants to recover it.
Okay.
We'll get to it in other papers.
Okay, moving on very quickly to The Nation. Banker, how I ran 2 billion naira illegal accounts for Maina. Give us evidence, ex-Pensions chief lawyer tells EFCC. Picture here of an army, a soldier actually. Troops smash 5 Boko Haram camps. 413 billion naira for oil marketers. Senate to probe Shore Peep spending. Afenifere leader Fashion Roti withdraws resignation later. Lawan is Senate defense chair. Okay, did you know about the banker that robbed?
That was running an account.
Yeah, an illegal account for Maina. Did you anybody read that account?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
You mind telling us?
I didn't read it, so let's move on very quickly to The Guardian. Since nobody read The Nation today. Moving on, Bukola Saraki constitutes 65 committees for 109 senators. Picture here of Afenifere, here Pa Ruben Fashoranti with pictures of Yinka Odumake and others. I guess that's where he rescinded his resignation letter. BVN, over 15 million accounts unlinked. Obama grants clemency to Gowon's son, Musa. Reps order stoppage of 2.7 billion naira severance pay for NERC chief and others. Romania Prime Minister resigns over nightclub fire. Okay, these people that are resigning, sorry.
The nightclub fire.
Did you read that story?
I watched it. I followed the story. It was last week that it took place. I think it was last week, Thursday, thereabout. And the reaction to the loss of lives, as in the way everybody within that community kept saying that we've never seen a tragedy this bad. And you know, because we're used to bomb blast and 20 people dying, 50 people dying in our country, we're just so used to it. When I heard the reaction, even people resigning over a crisis that took place, I felt that
in a nightclub.
In a nightclub, people went to celebrate Halloween in a nightclub, and firecrackers went off, and then they caught fire, and some people died, and everybody is reacting as if it was a national tragedy. Now, I'm not downplaying what happened, but I look at the way our leaders react to things that happen in our own country, and I feel that how do we fix this? How do we get our leaders to start understanding that
they have what's it called, value for human life?
Yes, value for human life. People die every day over minor things that could be easily
and the whole prime minister is resigning.
Yes. Over just an accident that was based on incompetence in the handling of.
Besides, so it wasn't like.
But let us be fair. Does that make sense?
Why not? You are in charge of every single life in your country.
So you now got to make sure. So how do you take responsibility for somebody
that went partying?
The
and
club
something
was
happened.
Licensed, Murayo. The
Let
club
me
has
explain
just
how
one
you
exit.
take.
One exit. No club should have one exit. No fire exit.
How is that the president? How is that the prime minister?
Now, who did you appoint to be in charge of these people? As the president or the prime minister, you're the one appointing ministers who will appoint people. You are in charge at the end of the day. Morayo, if something happens in the programs department in TVC, regardless of you are not they may fire the person directly in charge, but you as the boss of that person,
suspended.
You will also get some suspension or you pay some fine.
Take responsibility.
Yes.
Moving on to Vanguard.
But this is Nigeria anyway, where people just get away with doing things.
But for that fire exit issue, Murayo, it's a big issue. Because it means that somebody did not do their job well. Somebody certified something that wasn't meant
So
to
let the mayor or the person in charge resign, not the prime minister. They have more important things for him to do.
Moro his job was supposed to be on the line. He did not resign. We need to change the kind of leaders we have in this country.
Moving on very quickly to Vanguard. Naira drops as BVM paralyzes forex market. We warn CBN on dangers of hurried implementation. That's Bureau de Change. And there is no security threat to submitting BVN to Bureau de Change. That's for CBN saying that. Why I became a teacher, says Oshimbajo. Russian plane may have been bombed, says US, UK. NCC may reduce MTN 1.04 trillion naira fine. Afenifere leadership Fashion withdraws resignation letter.
Why?
Federal government to pay oil marketers 413 billion naira subsidy debts. And Saraki unveils chairman of 65 committee. All the stories
Why
are
are
the
you
same.
saying why? Answer
Why did he resign first and then he rescinded?
They went to
Answer
beg him.
yourself
Now.
the
They went to go and beg him now.
He's old. Resign. Go home. Why don't people just resign in Nigeria?
They came to beg his papa, Pa Ruben. His papa is a father to them.
Tell them why. I'm old. I need to rest.
I'm a
Yoruba
Yoruba
people,
person.
they don't like to just, you beg
I
them.
beg, moving on to
I'm a
BBN.
Yoruba person, and I don't know. I know that I'm speaking for a lot of Yoruba people. The Afenifere ideology. I think that we're losing it. It's not as
Don't shout it. We know, we the Yorubas know. Don't shout it. Moving on to BVN. We call them Afenifere. BVN. So the bureaus de change are saying that they want the CBN from quick implementation of the BVN, because now the CBN has said that you must go with your BVN to even buy dollars or pounds, foreign exchange. So many people that don't have BVN, rather than now go and exchange naira, they're going to the black market, and the demand for dollars has increased in the black market. So from 225 naira, the dollar is now 230 naira.
Hey,
and it may continue to rise. So you see, all the implementation of these our policies is easy on paper.
And let me even add to this BVN issue. You see, I went to the bank and a lot of people had registered. Some of them had also dropped that filled the form for updates. Their accounts were still frozen, because they couldn't withdraw from the ATMs and all that, because the banks had not updated it on their system. Why can't they do something that's realistic, for goodness sake? I even thought, the mindset I had was that as far as I have a BVN, once the banks check anywhere, they see my number. I don't have to go from. So if I have 10 bank accounts, I have to go from one queue to another. Yes, let's go and update it in every bank.
For real?
Nobody knew that.
No, my own is not like that.
No, that is how it is.
Once you do your fingerprints, yes. Once you mention that you have 10 bank accounts, all of them are supposed to align automatically. That's not what is happening. You have to carry that your BVN
paper by paper
to
go
each bank.
Each of the
They'll
banks.
now give you form and say put your BVN number there. It doesn't make any kind of sense.
I'd like to say something.
That's what I had to do for my 4 bank
I need
account.
clarity. Maybe we should bring somebody.
That is what happened. I had to go and fill form yesterday at the
for my
bank
own,
close by.
let me. I opened mine. I have my BVN with one bank here. The other bank sent me a code. And said, just text me your BVN number, which I did, and immediately I can still withdraw.
Not all banks operate like that.
Sent me
2 of
any
my
code.
accounts are frozen right now until I can get into the bank. And I went to one yesterday. It was packed to the brim. But I feel that policies, when you consider policies, it might be a bit difficult for us to adjust to it right now.
It's a good
but
policy.
you know that is a good one.
Let's
And
move on,
just
because
suffer.
I think we now need to make it a hot topic. Now that it's something I didn't know it was like this, so we need to focus on it.
You just have a good bank. Please tell me the bank after.
In fact, I was going to ask her that question.
Daily Sun. They just told me send me a code, and I sent my BVN, and they told me I'm
imagine
alive.
that?
I'm good.
It must be a foreign bank.
No, it's a Nigerian bank. Daily Sun, very quickly. Federal government approves 413 billion naira for fuel marketers. Senate committees unveiled. Oshomole probes Igbinidion, others over missing $31 million. Britain disowned Biafran agitators. Uwazurike hits Okorocha. You are an evil saboteur. Okay, this 413 billion, who read it?
No, is it 400? $31 million.
$31 million.
Oshomole.
Oh, that's one read.
That's my area of concern. At least let me talk about my people.
Talk about your ex-governor that ran away with
My
your money.
no, he didn't. Please, he's under investigation. But we know what happened, Sha. But the truth is that I'm very happy about it. Oshomole has come out to say that there's an alleged missing $31 million, and they are also they are opening the case. They are reopening the case, and they are going to probe former Governor Lucky Igbinidion for the missing money. We know that a lot of things that happened in Benin. I think the man was just there for 8 years doing nothing. Oshomole entered, and a lot of things. He did a lot of things.
Well,
but the truth is that you
can't be the voice of that state. So let us.
I'm an Edo girl, I'm from Edo State. I'm in Benin. So I have to say what, at least let me say the one that concerns me.
When was the last time you were in Benin?
Oh, I went to Benin recently now.
For you to think about it, that means that you're not going recently. Moving on very quickly to this day. Our last paper for this morning. Federal government approves immediate payment of 413 billion naira subsidy claims. Court restrains FRC as Standard Bank Group backs Nigerian unit. Senate asks Buhari to probe Jonathan Shaw P. And MTN wants 5.2 billion naira fine slashed by, guess what? 80%.
For what?
Are they even serious?
For what?
No, please listen.
For what?
Pause. Let me tell you something. This MTN that you're all doing shakara as if, yes, find them. They are the same one you are going for advertisement sponsorship. They're the one going for programs, advert placement. We need them. All this year, who wants to be a millionaire and all this their programs.
Wait, let me tell you what you have not realized.
Because everybody is going to these same people for sponsorship.
You know why we're going to them for sponsorship? The amount of money they are making from us makes them so rich.
All right.
Let our own telecoms company take over. We will now be going to them for sponsorship.
You don't hear.
413 billion.
Please, me, I still need them. Please, I don't support the 1 trillion. Please, let them slash it. I hope you're hearing me.
Right.
Let them slash. I'm praying and fasting on the matter. Let them slash 80%.
That your own budget.
Don't say you don't ask me my budget. I'm supporting you.
413 billion. I'm happy about the federal government saying that they want to pay.
Where are they getting the money from?
Jumoke, I don't want to know where they're getting money from. Today I was driving, I saw a lot of queues on the road. You know, I mean, it's frustrating, no? It's frustrating for you to suffer. So I'm happy that they said the marketers are, they'll be paid.
And it's immediate.
Yes,
it's
and
immediate.
Yeah, it's immediate.
That
was a good question.
Yes.
Where are they getting the money from?
That
You say you don't want to know. Okay.
Jumoke,
Maybe it's excess credit account again. We don't know.
Mario, you people are not asking the right questions.
All right. Let us take a quick break.
Know.
When we come back, is there a need for feminism in our society? Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. There is a certain perception of how women should be in our society. Growing up, we're taught by our mothers that a man leads the household and the woman looks after the children and caters for the home. We have also grown to understand that the woman is inherently inferior to the man and she should always remain in the background. But in our society today, things have changed. Women now seek equal rights as men, and there seems to be a new wave of feminism campaign bubbling up around us. Though it is also said that the marriage is a bane of feminism in Nigeria, so at this point we ask, is there really that need for feminism? Joining us to discuss this is an author and a publicist. Our also former anchor, Joy Isabella G. Wait,
let us see. Hello, Joy. Yo, how you doing? Yo, any problem? No, can you solve them?
Yo, we're dancing when we're doing that.
It's so good to be here. Well, you look wonderful.
Thank you.
Congrats on the twins.
Thank you. Yes, the two Yabeges.
Two
We
Yabeges
can pass the
in the
anointing
house.
to you too, so that
I'm done. Like, I'm so done.
you can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at TVC_ENT and please hashtag your view. Now, feminism.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about, oh, you people are asking for emancipation, you want to take over, you want to become the man, you're forgetting the Bible, that, the man is the head, and you're supposed to be submissive, the under, What exactly is feminism, and why does it seem to be so, everybody's talking about it these days? These days, it's a very, very controversial topic. Why is that?
Okay, first of all, I think it's mostly misunderstanding of what it is. I always say that Google might not be able to answer your questions because when you go there, you see all kinds of stuff. So you need to read the literature on feminism. Well, feminism is not against marriage. As a matter of fact, most very, very strong feminists are married, happily married. Hioma Obibi, she's very happily married. She's a very strong activist of feminism. We're not against marriage. We're not saying that the man is not the head. We're just saying that technology changes a lot of things. I mean, like I always say when I am asked this question, during the time of David had to go to war. If David does not come back alive, as a woman, just forget it. They will come and carry you, rape you, and rape your girls and sell your boys. So David is your Lord. If he goes and fights for you to be alive, for you to eat, if David doesn't go to war, you don't even find food to eat. Your dignity is lost if he doesn't come back. So when a man comes like that, because of the system of that world, he's your Lord. He's the reason why you're even alive. Now things have changed. A lot has changed. Technology makes it easy for anybody to be the man. You don't need anybody to. If your husband loses his job, it's not the end of the world anymore. Nobody is going to take you out of your house. No landlord is going to kick you out because you have access to education, you have access to technology, you can own a job. So what that means is the system of the world has changed, where the woman has a voice and she needs to be heard. Because there is nowhere science tells us that the man's brain is bigger. It only tells us that the emotional part of the woman's brain is more active than the man. The brain is the same. So anybody can apply wisdom, knowledge to anything.
Let's bring culture into this. Because people always, because a lot of people have got married, have mothers, and they've had challenges. And usually the best way for a woman to solve problems is just to adjust. No matter what life throws at you, manage. Just as a woman, we are known to just have that natural ability to multitask and just be able to. Now, when women now revolt and say, you know what, I'm not going to take this. I don't have to take it because I'm educated. That is seen as feminism.
Okay.
Do you agree?
No, that is rebellion, and rebellion is not feminism. Feminism is a very simple construct. It is just equality for all, which translates to respect for all. Now, what we normally attack in African society, abroad, they've probably moved on from all this cook my plantain with salt, warm my beans. They've moved on from all of that. They are dealing with more important political, economic situations. But unfortunately, we are still in that salt and plantain matter here. So let's deal with it. What we try to attack is that silence that continues to stifle the woman. People always say, go back to how our mothers used to be. You don't know how our mothers used to live. Go to the salons in those days. See how they gather to talk very bitterly about their husbands. In the marketplaces, they gather and they talk about their husbands bitterly. Because that was the only... They did not have the power to confront the situation. Not the men, the culture. They didn't have the power to confront it. But they were bitter. So I have a friend whose mother was beaten to death by her father after 25 years of marriage. You know, because and as old as you can imagine a friend of mine, the mother, she never knew that they had a domestic issue. So that's the problem. She lived in that silence because she felt if she had to talk about it, she would have to deal with culture and religion.
I want to ask you about raising a girl child. I know you have two daughters, and it can be, how do you balance the societal pressure that Muriah just mentioned, where you are told that when your husband raises his voice, you keep quiet. And how do you balance teaching the child humility and also teaching the child to understand wisdom in speech and when to speak? In defense of herself. And not just raising someone that is seeing the entire, all the men folk as opposition. I must fight for my right at all points in time. Okay,
let me explain. Most of the opposition in feminism, not even men. Men do not oppose feminism. It's actually women that oppose, because a lot of women are comfortable in the current situation of things. Most of the oppositions we get are not actually from men. Men really don't mind. A man just wants good food and good sex. I mean, that's the bottom line, and he wants to make money. But there's so many other things that women desire. And sometimes you can't really, if you check out certain situations in marriage, when you have in-law situations, it's usually mother-in-law, sister-in-law. The brother-in-laws, they really don't really. So, you know, sometimes, exactly, it's the women that fight women. That is why it is even a harder task to bring in feminism into an African culture, because if you go, even in the village, when a husband dies, it is the women that gather together to barb your hair, to get rid of the property. Men just follow.
Women are custodians of the culture.
Exactly, thank you. It always seems that the men are actually in charge. It is not true. The women are like the neck. They turn culture to wherever side they want it to go. And that is why we always seem to talk to the women. We are always talking to the women, not the men. So let me just quickly, so when we're bringing up our girls, we're just saying that you deserve respect, you deserve love as much as you give to the next person. You are not subordinates. You are not born to be subordinates. You are equal to the man. And this is where we usually have a problem when I say we're equal to the man. But as much as I respect Christianity, I'm a Christian, but that's our personal albatross. Our religion is our personal albatross. It is not what society is built on. Society has a system. God does not legislate laws. humans do. And all we can only pray for is we have reasonable human beings to legislate laws. True. So if you go under religion, that is your personal albatross.
Okay. Okay.
You know.
I was going to bring to the fore, somebody wrote an article about Macaulay.
That's me now.
Yeah, no. You were responding to
You
were responding to somebody and brought in feminism into it that because she married somebody who is having women and children all over the place doesn't make her
success.
It doesn't make her a success or the woman for every other woman to emulate. Please explain that.
Okay, look at Mariah, for instance. She has twins, she works hard, she's running this show for how many years now?
2 years.
Now, is it fair for you to put Annie Dibai above her? What has she achieved? I was just being very practical because if that writer had, and that was PR at its really, as its basis, as its worst, what that guy was doing. If that guy had just talked about Annie and left feminism alone, he was comparing Annie to feminism. That means he's saying that this feminists should learn from Annie Dibia. And I asked a simple question: what am I supposed to learn here? How to submit to a man that has 6 children? What if I don't want to? Does that make me less of a woman? Does that make me less of a success? What business is Annie moving? What career does she have that I have to emulate? So we have to be very sure because we have 14-year-old girls on the internet. You don't want them reading that kind of stuff and thinking that the height of your success is when you are able to marry somebody with 6 children and forgive him. That is good. If you want to, that is your personal choice. But don't actually. I think it would be a sin as a writer if I did not respond to that article. Because I felt like we have to put it straight. Feminism is not saying that, and it is not feminism that tells you to leave a man that is cheating on you. It is common sense. If you have STDs, you never know. She's lucky. She's I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive your husband. I'm not.
Can I explain something?
All right.
Can I say something here? For a writer to take out time to write up that write-up, don't you think that the ideology of feminism has been totally misunderstood? Because for me, sitting down here, you're saying women are comfortable with the current situation, and I'm wondering what situation is she talking about? And for a feminist, for a man to do a write-up like that, it means that the man also does not understand what feminism is projecting. Because a lot of times, most of the people that I have seen that are close to me that are so-called feminists are people that are, for instance, frustrated about relationship with men, or they've had marriages that they fell apart, and they just begin to carry this kind of movement like men are, that is the people that I see around. So for somebody to now go and take out his time to write something like that, it also shows that
it's trying to redirect what feminism should be about.
Can
you now help us redirect? Because even me that I'm sitting here, I don't know what the movement is about. Because in my head, I don't see myself as not being equal. And I don't see myself not achieving what I want to achieve. All I have done in my life is to make sure that I do the best at whatever I am given. And I'm always being projected at the front. So I don't have to struggle for anything. So maybe you need to help me explain.
Okay, I'll let you explain. Can I take a break? Say it again.
Okay.
Cook it very well. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're still talking about feminism. We still have Joy here with us. So Joy, you're going to respond to who? Yeah.
Thanks for the question. Well, first of all, the writer is you can't. It wasn't a very painstaking write-up. It was just 6 lines, 6 sentences. He's a blogger mostly, not a writer. There's a difference. Why are you laughing?
Joy, you have started attacking people. You have started.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's good to put this in the perspective. Just 6 sentences, and he's a blogger. And the thing is, if you want to write about something, it is only if you respect your audience, you go and research. Everything is online. This feminism thing that we keep talking about is online. If you just if you open Google, if you check 310, if you check up to 10 to 20 topics on feminism, you will understand most of the questions you're asking. The thing about our society is we do not like to get knowledge beyond what we already know.
Oh, we're lazy.
And then we just exactly, and we just push out our own. I've been reading on this thing for years to understand where I am.
So can you help me treat the issue I said? about people that I know personally that are
Okay, yeah, let
feminists.
me explain something. They are angry.
Oh,
they are
sorry,
angry.
I have Tony. Let me take Tony.
Okay.
Tony, are you there? Very quickly.
Yeah, Tony, yeah, I'm there.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, we should understand that God creates man and man created woman. It is from man
Now,
that
man created
God
women.
created woman.
Here we
Oga.
go.
No. God creates man and man creates woman.
Man did not create woman. No. Man only
Let's-
named
let's
woman.
finish,
No,
let's
we need to
finish.
correct him.
Let's finish.
Listen, man gave the name woman.
Okay.
You know, it's from man, the bone from the man.
Okay.
So no matter how, woman is a lower version to the man.
Okay.
It's from the creator,
Fantastic.
it's from the beginning.
Okay.
It's from the beginning. Go for this from the beginning. So everything about this creature of the thing comes from above, from God. So that's why the Bible keep on telling us that women should be submissive to the man, no matter how.
All right. Thank you.
That's what I wanted to
Okay,
say. Because the question I asked, you see that is linked to
It's
what
linked
he's
to
saying.
yes, and this is
A lot of people's
non-understanding, don't
perception,
understand.
they don't get it.
Okay, so let me quickly answer
explain.
that. Okay, first off, like I said earlier, Christianity is your albatross. There are atheists in this world that don't believe, they believe in science. So God is your albatross. I'm a Christian, I'm just telling you what it is in the real world. You can't use your religion. Just like Islam, if Muslims come now and start telling you about the things that women should go through in their religion, you'll be shocked, even as a Christian. So you can't keep bringing up your own comfortable religion to decide how human beings would live, because there are atheists in this world. They are agnostics, right?
Scientologists.
There are all kinds of people in this world, and they also have a right to life. Now, back to what you were saying. Like I said, they are angry bankers. They are frustrated engineers. They are bitter nurses. Anybody can become anything with their temperament. I find it very funny when people say feminists are angry. I know very kind. I'm a very, you know me, I'm a very strong and active person. I bring in my temperament into everything I believe. That is who I am. It is not what I believe that has turned me to what I am. I have always been a very strong woman. I just happen to be a feminist. I know very soft, kind people. Pearl Osibo, very kind, sweet girl.
So what is your fight
She's a
now?
feminist. It is not a fight. It is just a new knowledge.
Okay.
That, and I want you to understand, we are privileged on this set. I can do anything I want. I can make any kind of money I want.
Don't have that opportunity.
I can do anything I want. I can take my children to any school I want. I am privileged. There are women who don't have this opportunity that we are talking about. So when some Lagos girl or Abuja girl is telling me about, we're not fighting for us. Go to the north.
I like that point, Chibi.
how they are living.
I have a call because just recently, about a few days ago, a woman came here complaining that her husband was sleeping with her 4-year-old son. His anus was already open.
Thank
4-year-old
you.
son, not
Jesus
daughter.
Thank you.
And she's like, Karen. So that kind of woman, like nobody's fighting for her. She
Thank
doesn't know
you.
where to go. For her to come to the station, she had
Mora,
no
let me explain. If something happens to your daughter, we know what to do. You will rot in jail if you touch my child. But there are so many people that don't know what to do. They have been silenced by culture.
Let me take Majesty. Majesty, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry for keeping you. Go ahead, please.
I am a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Sure, I am a first-time caller. I just want to make one point. That whenever we overstress that one person is being pushed behind, instead of growing a force of unity, we grow a force of attack. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Because our young girls should be trained up to work in unity with their boys, to make their boys be close to them, to make them free, not to train them to turn to I will not be a second. Do you get me?
Yes.
I will not be a second.
Yes.
Thereby raising a generation of people that are trying to shine because they feel somebody is oppressing them. That's one.
Thank you.
Two, it is very also important that we understand that grooming the boys to accept the girls is a better way to go through. Not grooming the girls
To fight the boy.
to attack the boys.
Always feel you're equal.
This is not a a one-day thing. And my dear, when you're saying that religion is a part of your belief, I understand that, but let's not rub it in. Let's not rub it in.
Okay, all right. Point taken, sir.
I get what
Yeah, it's just like racism. There was Malcolm X in his own approach, and there was Martin Luther King. You cannot tell people not to attack a system. All these things are just, we're just sitting here looking very pretty. Some girls, they have been denied education. They have been married off by 12 when they're 12. How do you want society? They are being raped. I mean, you have a woman living with a man that is raping your 2-year-old child, and you are still married. And you want me to wear nice heels and address this issue with finesse. You will attack a system. There is no change in the world that did not come with attack. You don't have to like it. It's not really about us. Like I always say, it's not about me. My children are safe for as long as I know. I've made sure that will happen to them, that they have some kind of identity and they don't have to go through that kind of self-crisis. But that is just me, and because I've been able to define who I am. But when you think about how society has ever gone through change, racism, everything that has changed society, you attack a system.
But Joy, aren't you afraid? Do you have a phone call?
No, go ahead. I have a phone call, but go ahead.
Okay, that, like he mentioned, while you are using force to attack feminism, equal rights and protection for women, that you subvert nature to the extent that 20 years down the line, all the women are strong.
Okay, what
the men
are
now
weak.
become docile.
Okay, what?
They don't get no jobs no more. Our daughters don't have people to marry no more because the men won't be good enough.
Okay, what is the force here? We're not carrying placards, we're not carrying guns, we're just sharing new knowledge. And my own problem is, why is society so adverse to new knowledge? I'm just here, I'm just sitting down here, sharing my knowledge.
Tony, are you there? Good morning, Tony.
And it intimidates people.
Tony.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please go ahead. Sugar.
I wanted to ask a question based on, we have one of our co-hosts on the show, Nima, always says that growing up, she's a lawyer, by the way, and she wants to be married. She wants to be a wife. She wants to be a mother. That's for her is like all, Having been brought up like that, how would you now help such a person to understand that there's a difference between you wanting to be a mother, being a wife, and also being a feminist? Because the issue is people don't think you can marry together. That's the problem. That's why they are fighting you.
Okay, I think I understand it when you put it that way. Like I said, feminism is just the fact that when you are married and you have dreams, you should be allowed to pursue your dreams. If you have a girl child, and she wants to be
and if she doesn't, and if she's not allowed to pursue the dream, I know a friend whose husband has said that she was a makeup artist. I know she doesn't want the show, so I can say it. She was a makeup artist. Her husband said, no, don't do makeup. She stopped. She used to do nails. Her husband said, no, don't do nails. She stopped. She got into a career in the airline agency. Her husband was like, no, you're traveling around too much. She had to stop. And she's been stopped. How does she now?
So feminism adverse to that lifestyle where you stop because of your husband?
No, these are personal choices. Yeah, it's really not. We're not entering into people's homes.
Yeah,
we're not entering into your lives to change who you are. We are out here. I'm saying that if you think there is an ideology we share together, come. Let's talk about it.
But if this kind of a person comes, what do you think will happen to herself?
Come to where?
Her husband.
This kind of a person that she's talking about.
Come where exactly?
So your conversation.
Join the movement.
No, when we say movement, we're not saying that you should leave your husband. If you are happy where you are, if you have a marriage and you want to keep it and make your personal choices. Because like I said, we're still in this plantain and salt issue in Africa, trying to save marriages. And that is why it's very sensitive, because we are talking about homes, we're talking about children.
How about divorce rates?
Hang in then. Let me take Godwin very quickly and we'll come back. I wanted to address something, but Godwin, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
I just want to say well done to everybody in the house.
Thank you.
So have a nice day.
All right. Thank you so
May
much.
I take a few tweets?
I would like to take a tweet. What I'm hearing Joy say is that feminism is not what we are thinking it is, that we're raging this war and saying, you know what, we want to fight men. We're saying that there's this new information that, listen, you can be empowered, you can make choices. I can say, if I'm having domestic issues where I'm being beat up every single day, as a woman who is programmed, understand what the feminism movement is about, say, you know what, I can have a choice not to take this, that there are options. There are things you can do, and you can still be respected as a woman when you make those choices, and nobody will judge you because, oh, you're no more married, or oh, you are divorced.
I understand that, but you look at the Western world that has, to an extent, moved away from plantain and salt. And they now have, like, women have a voice. And the divorce rates in those culture and country are very high. The children that come out of such family, broken homes, have issues. The country is, those developers are facing major problems, and they are going back to family being the reason way to solve it.
Because
now, are we not going to end up going to that point, and then we now...
of any society is the family.
Okay,
So,
okay. Okay, well, let's talk about family for a minute. I talked about it on Facebook yesterday that family is probably the most dangerous unit in society because family covers pedophilia, family covers thieves, family covers robberies, family covers everything that is wrong. If not your father, if somebody's father robs a bank and kills 10 people, it is not most likely that the daughter would go and tell the society. So those are the things that we cover. Now, when you come to Africa, family has covered violence, all kinds of vice in its unit for a very long time. Like I said, just because our mothers did not see anything does not mean it was not happening. Just because we are talking now doesn't mean it's just starting now. The problem with knowledge, the problem with information, the problem with change is the fact that you can address some things that were very sensitive that we may not be able to address.
Let me
take Wale very quick. Wale, are you still there?
Before.
Morning.
Sorry for keeping you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. First time caller though. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. We're having so many first time
Just
callers.
point, I appreciate the guests in the house. The issue of knowledge is important, but we should understand that seeking for knowledge, there are good knowledge, however, they are the other side of the knowledge. Where I'm heading to is this. Is there something about religion now should be kept to us and the life we can live our own life? We should know something. We can't live on this earth without religion, that's one thing. Because you will not breathe the air we take, the fresh air is a religion. So if you want to live a life without putting a religion, Christianity, Islam, we are getting it wrong. That's
I
one.
agree.
Secondly, you said something about the issue of when you have females, and that females should be made to do whatever they want to do at their wish. I want to see that we are pushing up family realities in this one. We are saying the knowledge, we are not like waging war. We get to the people's brains. They will react to what they are against what is supposed to guide them aright. And think, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. No families will exist, just like in Europe. Divorce every day, gunshot every day. Because they don't, you get married on Monday, the next 2 months you are divorced. Because there is no unity in marriage. Have a nice day.
Joy, my issue is this. Feminism in the workplace, yes, because equal rights for girl and boy. If I have the same education with you, you shouldn't be put ahead of me. But then God created marriage and laid down rules. And he said the man is the leader, the woman is to help. Now, so if a woman subjects herself to marriage, she ought to subject herself to the rules. If your husband now says, I want my plantain cooked with salt, and you think, no, I don't want plantain cooked with salt, are you saying that the woman needs to leave her home?
No. That's what I'm saying. We don't talk about people's marriages. We're talking mostly about sexism. When we talk about feminism, most of the time, it's about the fact that when a woman deserves certain promotion in life, she doesn't get it. Like I said, we don't enter people's home and tell you how to feed your child and tell you how to sleep with your husband. That is why I'm saying this plantain and salt thing is something we have to quickly grow out of. Because for some reason, they feel like a lot of people who are divorced are not even feminists. They live because it is their choice. Those that are married are not anti-feminists. They are married because of choice. And let's even go back to the family issue. I know a lot of us, we all went to tertiary institutions. Most of the girls that were terrible in school were products of pastors. Most of them. Because of the secrecy that family holds. So let's not get it too twisted. Family in itself needs to
loosen up,
redefine its methods. Because some of these homes that you think are run by religious people, there's a lot of things that are being covered up.
Let me take a quick commercial. When we come back, we'll take over, then we'll take some tweets. Stay with us, we'll be right back. welcome back. We still have Joy here with us. Yes, Uwa?
I wanted to say, because she was mentioning something about family, I think for me, what I think I need to tell everybody out there, your mind is your life. Whatever controls your mind takes over your life. If I keep hearing every day that I'm a goat, one day I will look at the mirror and I'll actually see a goat. So for me, equality has never been a thing of that I have to go and check whether I'm equal with anybody based on how I was raised. So I think there's still a major role that the family would play. I don't believe that if a woman has issues with her marriage, you know, if she's being fed with this kind of dossier that every day, this man, you are equal, you are this, the part of submission that she was supposed to have played as a role to quell the situation, she would escalate it. We are emotional beings and we are controlled by our emotions. So my own take is, as a woman, if you have love for your family, you know, because sometimes you cannot separate even that workplace and home. You know, so look for what works for you as a person. Because you were here, I asked the question. I'm still very lost in what it is that because I don't see. My husband gives me all the rights. I was talking to my husband today.
That's your husband.
That's why I'm saying that it is an individual thing. You're getting the point. No, it can't be. No, it is. Because you see, look at my husband's friend that is a Muslim, that is supposed to be married to 4 wives. He decided that I want to marry 1 wife. My husband was even telling me this morning that he's even saying that, now this is my wife, he's always worried that I hope one day she'll be empowered enough to stay on her own. This is the same family that they keep their wives in the house.
Let me ask a personal question.
Let me let you respond to that first.
Let me react. Like I said, this is not about us. We're not fighting. My driver is a man. The gate man, the security guy is a man. They all respect me. I have a good life. I'm not fighting this because of Mariah. I'm sure she's settled. We are not doing this feminism thing because of us seated here educated. We're doing this for the people in the north, people in the east that have been denied, girls that have been taken for trafficking, that they don't have a choice, told to education taken away from them. It's not about us, because if we continue to selfishly look at our own lives, we will not do anything. But we will not do anything. So like I said, we are very, very comfortable, and I am ready to take any kind of bashing for the fact that I will not leave society the way I met it.
Can I explain to you that trafficking goes both ways? There are boys that are being trafficked every day.
Yes, but we are talking about feminism. We're talking about, of course, we cannot
what
take
she's fighting for.
We cannot take, when you talk about racism, we talk about black people, you cannot take yellow and green and red people. You will focus.
Joy.
I am focusing on
women alone.
Children.
Okay. Joy, may I interrupt
focus
you
on the
to
girl
ask
child.
Why a personal question? Because she said it's an individual thing. Her husband allows her to do anything that she wants. Now you have lots of sisters. If one of your sisters now, her husband, God forbid, was sleeping with their child, and she's unable for whatever reasons
to cannot be unable. That is what I'm
trying
to
tell you. Because she's educated?
Because of the upbringing that we had from home.
What would she do?
I would personally take it to jail. What are you saying?
So that's what she's saying that she's doing for
she's
people
taking ownership
who don't
of others.
have people to do it on their behalf. There are many women, because of culture, if they even go back to their parents' home, the father will return her. Your husband is sleeping with your daughter. You go and report to his father. They will say, go and submit.
But can I explain something to you? Is it possible that these girls in the north that we are concentrating on, hold on, the girls that we are concentrating on, they have been, it's just like the way Nima was raised up to just love the ideology of marriage. That is what their own.
Can I now say something? What me I'm learning?
Isn't that when you tell me that there's a problem that I begin to see a problem?
A 30-year-old cannot make a choice on marriage.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Let me take a call. Good morning. Are you there, Stanley, I think?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm already.
No, it's not keeping you. Go ahead.
No, there's no problem. I'm a first-time caller anyway.
Welcome to the show.
You get all this and give me money.
And Uwa.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday was also my birthday, so we are birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Mariah,
thank you.
you're also.
August Stanley, you only have 30 seconds.
Also, Mariah.
All right. Thank you,
I want
sir.
to ask the guest a question.
Okay.
Very simple question. Madam, are you married?
Yeah, I am divorced.
You're divorced. Okay. Thank you.
Please, I want to say something. Yes. What I learned from this conversation is that we need to create more awareness. Now, you're speaking from your own circle of information. I'm learning here that there are more people that I should be concerned about than me, and the fact that I'm privileged to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And that is what we should be doing. We
I
need to
live
teach
in the
people.
north, Tope. I'm talking about the experience. Because when you keep on saying north, I lived all my life in the north. Do you understand? Most of these girls are super excited. They are telling their mother that I want to get
married.
Because they don't have the information.
It's not information. Listen, it is because of this is
Their
what
culture.
yes, this is what they are used to.
That's what they
It is
know.
only when you come to tell them that this thing is wrong. That is when they begin to see that it is wrong. That is what I'm saying.
So we should tell them.
Let me let Joy jump in here.
A
Because
13-year-old.
we have to close very
Okay,
soon.
I'm just saying. Yeah, she's right, because
Hey.
as a matter of fact, you have helped us here with this last comment you just made. We want to tell 13-year-olds that it is wrong to get married, that the culture needs to be revised. Yes. That is what we're saying. So thank you for actually ending it that way. We are sharing you knowledge that if you are 13, it is not the right
business.
You have no business getting married. And it's just unfortunate that we spend the entire time talking about marriage.
I
That's
want
just
to take-
unfortunate.
And that's not the
No,
focus.
That's not the focus
no,
of
because
feminism.
feminism outside it projects that okay, you shouldn't be married.
Yeah,
You should
that
be
is-
a single
okay,
person.
and that's-
Maybe
and
I
that's
should just say it. Be married. Feminism has nothing to do with your marriage. Thank you. Technology is what we care about, and economic advancements.
Akashat Zibiri Nima says, Joy is making a lot of sense. Like Tokwe said, I wanted to be a mother and a wife a long time. I also want to achieve other things. That's Nima that Tokwe has been talking about. Folabi Adebake says, let's not be imaginative about sexism. The girl child has equal rights, but in marriage, a woman must play her role. Shara Fadin says, feminism is a deception. Equality is contextual. Men and women can never be equal by responsibilities and status. Yusuf Kamilu says, we should be ready to face any consequences if we have to choose to contradict the purpose of our manufacturer, which is God. Monsurat says, feminism has been overrated in our society and overemphasized, which is not appropriate. Black Icon says, I think feminism is just an umbrella for some females with inferiority complex. Jumoke is independent and she's not a
projection
feminism.
outside in the world.
To get information.
That is what I'm saying. The information outside is wrong. Can I read two tweets? Joa Neal says, female who preach feminism / propagate feminism end up single, disloyal, disgruntled to men. Owolabi Akintayo says, Uwa has nailed it on the head. Go for what works for you. Then Salami 1010 says, in every race there's a leader. There's always someone to look up to. When the family name is that of a man, then what else? I don't.
Let me let Joy have the last word because we have to close here.
Okay, thank you for bringing me here. It's very simple.
I think we need a part 2, sir.
What we need, what feminism focuses on. We're not interested in your marriage. Like I said, I'm divorced. And it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I will never go back to that marriage. I'm sorry. But the thing is, I'm not interested in your marriage. Be whatever you want to be in your marriage. We're interested in the fact that when a woman studies how to be a doctor, she should be able to climb the ladders to the topmost position of her profession. She should be able to use technology to advantage. She should be able to do whatever she wants to do in the field of business and career. What she does in her home, unless her child is being raped, we will not touch it. Be a wife, be a mother, take care of your children, love your husband. But when it comes to issues that are criminal, like rape and pedophilia, and you refuse to talk about it, we will remind you that we are here to address it.
I think that's a very good way. I'm happy because it's really key that it's unfortunate we spend a lot of time on talking about marriage, because feminism has nothing to do with marriage. I remember that video that
we watched with
what's her name?
Oh, the writer,
Chimamanda Adichie.
You know, it's
fantastic
like,
video.
Yeah, it reminds us that feminism is about you having information on
Chimamanda
who
is
you
happily
are.
married, by the way.
Of course,
really?
I know that.
I knew this.
Very.
So you need to know who you are. And especially, and one thing Joy kept stressing is that it's not about us. There are a lot of us that are watching TV right now.
The ones that are not privileged.
It's not about us. True. It's about those people who are less privileged. They are clueless. Like that woman that came to our station a few days ago. She was there, you had a rapper, and was carrying her little baby, crying, looking for help, asking for what can we do. I'm like, oh, TV station, we can't really put this thing on TV. But those kind of people need to have information. True. That nobody has a right to trample on your rights. True. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you, darling.
We're in the part 2, shall we?
No problem. No problem.
All right. You can also catch us on YouTube by going to YouTube/TV Entertainment and search for Your View. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.